So this is the eye look that we are going for today. On this side, I've got my clean, already primed eye, and I used concealer in my brow bone, which is a shade lighter than my natural complexion, so that it's a highlight. And then I have just regular concealer on my eyelids, Studio Finish by MAC. You are more than welcome to use whatever you please. So we're gonna start right off with our highlight color. I'm using Rice Paper Eyeshadow by MAC. You are more than welcome to use your highlight of choice. This is just what I like on my complexion. And I'm going to very lightly put that just in my brow bone arch. And you really don't need a lot. For my eyeshadow base, I'm using Indian Wood Paint Pot by MAC. And it's basically just a really beautiful gold base. I'm putting that directly on my eyelid, and this color is like almost pretty enough to be worn alone. It's a very beautiful color, one of my favorite for like all of my summer looks. I'm going to take Embark eyeshadow, which is a deep reddish brown. It's basically like a very, very warm brown. Using my 222 brush, I'm blending that in my outer V, and I'm really not making it very, very dark. So even that is about enough. I'm using Brown Script by MAC, which is basically a burnt orange color. Very, very beautiful color. Probably one of my favorite crease colors for looks like this. And I'm taking my 222 brush, and around the edges of where we applied that Embark, I'm just buffing this color out. Basically, it's going to be kind of like that transitional color from the outer V to the brow bone. And I'm really blending it out all the way out, because I kind of wanted an extended, see how far I'm going versus like in the limits of here in the eye. Kind of wanted it out here to kind of make the eye extend a little bit more. I'm using Copper Sparkle Pigment by MAC, which basically looks like this. It's very, very like a bronzy orange, super, super chunky. But my favorite way to use this pigment is to load a little bit of it with my 252 brush. And then I really like to wet the brush. I'm gonna spray it a few times with Fix Plus, and then I pat and apply. And the reason that I do that is, first of all, it minimizes tons of fallout when you wet the brush, because it kind of compacts all that little glitter together. And I'm gonna apply one more layer of that, wet the brush again. And just really just pack it on until, basically until it looks how you want it to look. You can also go back into your crease and apply any of those surrounding colors so that everything transitions well. Next, I'm taking my green grease paint stick, or basically any type of like emerald green eyeliner that you may have will basically work for this. All you need is just a dark green liner, and I'm going to look up and apply that just on my bottom lash line, and only my bottom lash line, from inner to outer corner, and then take my finger and kind of blend that out and soften that out a little bit. I'm going to be using a L'Oreal High Intensity Pigment. And this is basically a dead-on dupe for Blue Brown Pigment by MAC. I was told that the Hip line by L'Oreal is actually manufactured by the people who make MAC. So if you don't have the Blue Brown, or you're looking for a cheaper alternative, you can use that. That I know for sure. So I have this on hand, so I'm just going to use this instead of Blue Brown. And I'm going to take a little tiny brush like my 242. And basically it's kind of like flat, so it really kind of lets you get underneath the eye. And I'm just going to basically apply that shadow there. So there we've got that bottom lash line. Next, I'm going to take my Chromographic Pencil by MAC. It's just basically a peach toned eyeliner pencil that I like to use in my waterline to kind of brighten up and open up the eye a bit. If you're wearing this look at night, you could probably switch out for a black, like maybe a smolder in the waterline, a dark black, and it'll, you know, you'll get like a more nighttime smokier effect. I'm going to line my upper lash line with my favorite Maybelline eyeliner. And there we've got our liner. I'm going to be applying mascara. This is Maybelline's Lash Stiletto. You're more than welcome to use your mascara of choice or whatever suits you better. So as I stated earlier, I kind of wanted that elongated like cat eye effect. So I'm going to use a half lash on the ends of my eyes. And basically a half lash looks something like this. So you kind of get that, it's just like popped right on the ends, and it really kind of gives your eye that cat eye effect. You're more than welcome to use a full strip lash if you choose. For me, not today. Lashes aren't really my cup of tea anyways, as you guys know. And there you go, guys, there's our eye look. So now that I have my eye look done, I wanted to show you guys what blush and the rest of the face products that I used to complete this look. So to contour, I actually did something that I rarely ever do, and I used a bronzer. I used the CoverGirl Queen Collection bronzers. The color is Q120. I cannot express to you how much I love these bronzers. They're so beautiful. I have all three colors. They're just amazing just to have in your kit to use on other people, and they're not necessarily for women of color, which is why I find these great when you need that more contour to just really stand out. You don't have to be a darker woman to use this. I like getting that color payoff on women that are, you know, medium complexion, even slightly fair. I wouldn't use the one that's this dark, but you can definitely get a lot of uses out of them, and they're definitely like a warmer brown. So, you know, obviously that's the purpose of bronzing, and they have minimal shimmer, which is why I really like using them. And for my blush, I'm going to use something that's on the peachy orange tone. This is Copper Tone by MAC. I'm applying that with my 116 brush, and I'm just using fairly little color. Since we have a pretty strong eye look, like everything else is gonna be virtually invisible, pretty simple, just a light wash of color. But we still wanna have something there, so just minimal. And I'm using my 116 brush. Using that same brush, I'm going to apply Margin blush as my highlight. And I'm just going to lightly tap that right onto the high points of my cheekbones, not extending it past my eyes. See how I stop right about there? And that's it. I'm lining my lips with Cork Lip Liner by MAC, and this is just a soft brown that's basically neutral to my complexion. For my lipstick, I'm applying my absolute favorite nude for summer and spring. This is Peach Stock by MAC. If you don't have Peach Stock, because this is limited, you can definitely use Sis or your nude of choice, but I just absolutely love this color. And I'm mainly going to concentrate it on the center of my lips. And then blend out so that you get a natural transition from the liner to the lipstick. So it should look like that. And I'm not done yet, because I'm applying my favorite summer and spring nude lip gloss, and this is Revealing by MAC. And our coppering look is now complete. Put on your favorite earrings, your favorite dress, and just have fun. And I hope you guys enjoy the look. Thanks for watching. Bye.